regarding the bracha of MALBISH AROOMIM, Dr. Nissan Mindel, in his commentary to the Siddur, writes that every decent human being has an inborn sense of shame not to display his or her nakedness. Worded differently, every decent human being has a sense of inborn decency and modesty to cover his or her body at all times. In the Frum Orthodox world, we have the word Tzniyoot, concept very much malaligned, especially from within the secular Jewish world, as reflecting an embarrassment with one's body. A more accurate definition for Tzniyoot is the character trait of modesty and discretion. It also reflects a group of Jewish laws pertaining to one's conduct in society, as for example, male-female interaction, as in the laws of Yichud. In modern times, the term has become more frequently used with regard to the rules of dress for women within Frum Orthodox Judaism. The concept of Tzniyoot can be traced back to Bereshit 2:25, the story of Adam and Chava in the Gan of Eden, where the pasuk testifies that Vayiyu shnehem arumim, the man Adam, Ve'ishto, and his wife, yet unnamed, were arumim, with a shoresh vayin resh mem, which in this context we have the second of two translations to be naked, and velo yitbosheshu bet vav shin, to be ashamed or to be embarrassed. In other words, as of the end of Bereshit Perek Bet, we have Adam and Chava in Gan Eden, totally naked, with no embarrassment or shame on account of their nakedness, which leads directly into the opening pasuk of Bereshit Perek Gimel, that V'hanachash haya arum, using the same ayin resh mem shoresh, but this time applying the alternative translation to this shoresh, to be crafty, to be cunning, mikol chayat hasadeh. In this context, the Nachash was the most cunning, the most crafty of the beasts of the field. This Nachash, whatever it was able to communicate with the wife of Adam, convincing her to violate the prohibition against eating the fruit of the Eitz Hadat. She shares the fruit with Adam. And in Bereshit 3:7, we are told that Atipachna Einei Shnehem, pei kuf chet, similar to pei taf chet, to open poteach, whereas poteach is the opening in a physical sense. Pei kuf chet is the state of mental awareness, the opening of the eye and seeing things that had previously not been seen. In this case, prior to the eating of the Eitz Hadat, their nakedness was not a problem. There was no embarrassment. Subsequent to their eating of the fruit of the Eitz Hadat, we are told that Vayedo ki arumim heim, they became aware of the fact that they were naked. We are told that Vayit peru alei te'ena, they sewed fig leaves, and Vayasu lahem chagorot, they made for themselves girdles. Not quite sure what the chagorot were. It seems from the pasuk that the fig leaves covered those parts of the body that caused them embarrassment for their nakedness. In pasuk chet, HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes into Gan Eden and confronts Adam and Chava. They hide. Adam and Chava are banished from Gan Eden. The Nachash is demoted from his position as the top of the animal kingdom, forced forever to crawl on his stomach. And in Pasuk Chaf Aleph, we are told that Vayas Hashem Elokim la'Adam u'le'ishto, God makes for Adam and his wife kot not or, which Rashi, quoting from the Gemara Masechet Sotah, that the kot not or were coverings made from the skin of rabbits, which is soft and warm. And from these rabbit skin, HaKadosh Baruch Hu made coverings to offer protection for when they were to be banished from Gan Eden. And we are told that Vayalbishem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu dressed them in these kot not or, the shirts of skin. With this we can return to the bracha of MALBISH AROOMIM, moving beyond the rather simplistic option of thanking HaKadosh Baruch Hu for providing me with clothes to wear, to a more somewhat sophisticated understanding of this bracha, thanking HaKadosh Baruch Hu for giving me an inborn sense of shame to display my nakedness, and by extension the concept of Tzniyoot, a sense of inborn decency and modesty. Not shame as the unpleasant and self-conscious emotion associated with a negative evaluation of the self, withdrawal, feelings of distress, exposure, but Tzniyoot, a sense of inborn decency and modesty. Reading the concept of Tzniyoot into the bracha of MALBISH AROOMIM, as noted, uses the tools of Medrash to reach this conclusion. In the next panel, we shall be looking at another Midrashic reading for the MALBISH AROOMIM bracha, offering a quite different perspective.